Oh, what's going on with some of this Raidraptor support? Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Glorious gallery pre-sales are still roaring on through here. Some of the things I'd recommend watching are things like the Junkmeister here, because this card will be a 3 of in the Synchro decks, and discount code MQ40 will save you on your purchase on anything that you're going to want from this set. Overtunings are still doing very, very well. Georgius, still only $5 by the way. If you want a copy of Georgius, I'd probably grab that now. And of course, same thing is going on over here on Kongs. Discount code MQ40 will actually save you on your purchase, and this set actually gives us extended arts too. I'm kind of curious to know where those are going to land more in the market space. Fountain being, a good one of for the hero deck. It's really, really good. But yes, discount code MQ40 will save you on your purchase on anything you're going to want over here. So let's talk about Raidraptor Rising Rebellion Falcon. If you kind of AFK'd for a little while like I did on this card, you might have realized, this card has been fluctuating between $4 to $5 for a very long while. It just so happens right now that this thing hit the $5 mark on the cheap here, and then you've got these bursting up copies that are hitting like $7 and just kind of going forward here. I'm not necessarily surprised to see that this card has been on the uptick right now, but it's just very interesting to see we're down to 16 listings on this, and there's nothing really playing this within the format. Me and my friend were talking about this because they found this and they were like, the only real thing that we could think of that would want to play this would be, some rank up Magic Raidraptor or Waking the Dragon. Like, yes, this is a Waking the Dragon target that is able to do some funny things, but that's all this is. Now, when you get into the rest of the Raidraptor stuff, the QCR higher rarity of this is only $30. These have been $30 for most of this card's life. It's just, for some reason, now the Ultra is starting to disappear in the lower quantities. Now, Arsenal Falcon's also kind of in the same boat right now. Arsenal Falcons are $7. This card has not gotten, any other printings. Yeah, this is still from Rise of the Duelist. For whatever reason, these Raidraptor cards are starting to bounce up in terms of price. Now, 4 Strix is still locked behind $4, which is fine. Keep in mind, that's for the QCR too. That's not bad at all. You've got the 4 Strix. These are $3. Tribute Lanius is still 2 to 3. Satellite Falcon, these are still 2 to 3 as well. And Strange Lanius is still 2. There's nothing else in the Raidraptor department that should be making these strange movements, unless, I'm really missing something. I guess we did get a token from Legacy of Destruction. God knows this token is the one that's making these Raidraptor duelists, want to pick this deck up and go a little bit crazy. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just, for some reason, you've got, 2 cards which have not been reprinted. Looking back at Ultimate Falcon, he's only 25 cents now, so, you're not really seeing anything too crazy with that. But that's such a strange little thing to see that, your Raidraptor high-end is actually doing things. Thanks for not loading. Rank up magic cards, since, we had to look at the Raidraptor cards. Rank up spells, you guys might not know this, but, Baryon's Force, the original Ultimate Rare, still has some value with it. I don't even think these are crazy. $4 for the Unlimbs for, near mints, I guess, if you are getting into, for the first ed market. Yeah, you hit about the $5 mark on those. So your rank up spells aren't even crazy anymore. Numeron Force is still pretty cheap. Your rank up Magic Force for Phantom Knights is still $3-ish. That's got a pretty locked in market price. Looks like a 7th Tachyon, or the 7th one, still one of my favorite rank up spells in the game. Okay, well, thank you, TCG player. I too love you. Those are still relatively cheap. Force Skip, these are $1.30s. Your Numeron Force is still $1. Rank Up Magic Quick Chaos, these are 50 cents. Those are still doing pretty well. And Rank Up Magic Raid Force is still $1. Yeah, these Rank Up spell cards, Rank Up Magic Shade Force, this thing used to be ridiculous in price, but you've actually long since lost a lot of that value that these older Rank Up spells have had. And obviously, a lot of these have been reprinted into Oblivion, which I think has helped. You guys remember when Hyper Rank Up Magic Utopia Force was a really cool one, or Rank Up Magic Doom Double Force. There were interesting times in this game. Dragoonity cards. So something I wanted to talk about is Mr. A Bread Hair here. Not getting a reprint. Right now, the Dragoonity community, I don't think, has really realized this card. I'm sure they had to have realized that a Bread Hair has not received a reprint. But, I mean, when your opponent activates monster effect, banish a Dragoonity monster from graveyard, negate that activation. If you do, banish that monster? Oh, okay. Thank you for taking that away from me. But, I mean, what? And then you can banish the monster, after damage calculation. If this thing destroys a monster, you get to banish it. If this thing summons a card and its owner's controls destroyed by an opponent's card effect, destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. For a 3,300, that's a lot that it does. But no reprint. So this will be something I would recommend kind of keeping an eye on as more of the time passes here. Also, Dragoonity cards in general, Gator here is still pretty expensive. You only got 12 listings on this guy. Still $29. I love the fact that for him from Starstrike Blast, he has always remained like on the top of things. We've already seen the Queen de Jin come crawling down. Barca's still $4. Duxes are $7 in market price. Tridents, $3 on mod play. Also love the fact that the Dragoonity Legion version of this is extremely cheap. That's hilarious. Vadriana or Vajayjay is doing pretty well. Legatus is $2. Just looking at this Dragoonity stuff, these cards are so cheap. I think they did really good. It did suck when they did port these in, though. You guys remember how hard these were to get when they first ported them in, because they gutted the Dragoonity structure deck and built them into Ghosts from the Past too, which is still a weird moment in this game's past, but interesting. Spellbook cards. Now, if you are a fan of spellbooks, you guys know how bad some of these cards get in price, as we have seen a little bit more. These are $78 a piece. That's actually crazy. I mean, that's just on first eds, right? Like, if you take off the limiters, surely, unlims are $29. Man, that's a price discrepancy. You're telling me that there's $78 and $29 difference? Yeah. Basically, 3 of these equal 1 first ed. Take a moment to think about that. Spellbook of Powers are still $100. Meanwhile, your Spellbook of the Grand Circles, these are still 28. These are actually pretty cheap in comparison to a lot of the other ones we've been seeing. Looks like Blue Boys are still pretty expensive. I gotta tell you, man, I do want to see Spellbooks get some more love, but still very expensive. Just on the high end for these. Spellbook Towers are still market price at 12. Spellbook of Fates, these got eradicated. Meanwhile, Quarter Century Spellbook of Secrets are still 10s. That's actually, I'd rather pick these up, if I'm being honest with you. That's actually way better. Spellbook of Lives are $8.50. These are still $8. Wow. Blue Boys for reprints are still $6. That's pretty good for QCRs. I mean, Wisdoms are also up. That's crazy. Spellbook Library of the Crescent are still 4 to 5s too. And then Judgments are $3. All right, interesting. Neospatian Aqua Dolphins, these are pretty, $158 for near mints. Now, obviously, you're dealing with old classic cards at this point. These near mints are going to wreck you. They are, it's collectability 101. DD Survivor, another ultimate first ed. God, these are so expensive. These are $68 a piece too. And there's really no calming down on these. I truly am impressed with just how crazy some of this stuff starts to get. And of course, Secret Rare Maven's Blue Eyes doesn't exist. There's a Pharaoh's Rare Damaged. I don't even know how that happens, man, but that's terrible on the market. Also, a fun fact of the day here. There's a Summer Cup Des Volskalf trophy on the market for $5,000. Just kind of rummaging through things. I like to kind of toss these things in Market Watch because they're pretty fun just to see, you know, what is messing around in the market. And also, Sleeve Chief has their anniversary sale still going. And yes, discount code MCO40 will save you on your purchase on anything that you might want. They have top loader binders, they have regular binders. If you are looking to pick up any of these, something just to add to your collection overall, but a lot of cool things still kind of available over here. And of course, the Moonbreon binder is beautiful. But you guys have a good rest of your day and stay safe out there. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.